Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing an in-depth Taliyah guide, which will be going over builds and runes, as well as how to team fight and a few pathing examples. So it'll be giving you everything you need to start your Taliyah journey and playing her at a challenger level. Bit of background on me, I'm rank 1 in Oceania, and I've been challenger for many seasons. And I've been playing Taliyah for quite a while, and I can give you guys all the stuff you need. So let's get straight into the build and runes. Alright, let's have a look at the runes. So the runes are pretty straightforward. So how you want to do it is you want to go Dark Harvest with Cheap Shot, then you want to go Deep Ward, and then you want Treasure Hunter. So this is your standard page for Taliyah. And then for the secondary, I usually like to go Inspiration with Free Boots and Cosmic Insight. But also what I like is double adaptive and scaling health. So this is my standard page, but a few things you can change up here. So the first thing in secondary with Dark Harvest, you can go a Legend Haste and Cut Down. This is pretty good. You can go this if you verse more tankier comms, but the reason I like this page is because one, Smite CD is so small with this rune, but also I value my Flash CD when I play Taliyah so much because you're an immobile champion, so people are going to be using like abilities to try and kill you, and having your flash up is very important because you're usually going to be the carry of the game, so you're going to need your flash to stay safe. But if you're versing low threat comps and you think you can get away with this is going to be the highest damage option. And then the other option I see some pro players running is just the first strike setup. And with this page, they go either Legend Haste and Cut Down, or they're going Cheap Shot and Treasure Hunter. So that's going to be all the rune options you have for Taliyah Jungle, and let's move on to the builds. Alright, let's look at the builds. So every game you want to start with no potion, you just want to go red. Red's the best on Taliyah. If you were to go something else, you can go blue, it's fine, but using the red allows you to hit your slow with your Q, and that lets you hit your W and E way easier. With mid lane Taliyah, you usually use your boulder to hit your combo, but a lot of the time in jungle, you don't have time to prep the ground, so having the slow is very useful for that, but you don't really need the slow with Taliyah, don't overcomplicate it. Usually just pressing E and Q, and your W is not really that important, but we'll get into that later. And then with your early game items, you want Faded Ashes. This is really OP on AP junglers that go an item building out of this, because it just gives you really fast clear speed. And then you can sort of pick between Dark Seal, early game, going your Lost Chapter and finishing your item ASAP. But if you're going the Dark Harvest setup, you can get some early boots going. Like if you get like a nice kill early, sometimes you can buy Faded Ashes Dark Seal boots, like this combo, and it feels really good. Or you can even get an Amp Tome instead of the boots if you don't have free boots. And then every game you just want to go Blackfire and Sork Shoes. So some people go Ludens, but I think Ludens isn't good on jungle because it doesn't let you access Faded Ashes early, which is a bit problematic. So I just always go Blackfire, and then for tier 2 you're just going Sorks every game. There's not really much use for anything else. Okay, so for the second item we have two choices. So first there's Shadow Flame. This is where the enemies are squishy and you're going to be just killing them really fast. But a lot of the time, you're also going to be versing things like Skarner, high HP champs, Cassante, this sort of thing. But you want to go Leandries into that. And that's always going to be a good option into those sort of high HP tanks. So this is your second item option. It's pretty simple, which you pick. And then after those two items, you can sort of divert into a small sort of pool of items here. So you have Death Cap. This is like your standard third item. If they don't have any magic resist. If they do have magic resist, you're just going to be going Void. If they have high threat AD champs, like, I don't know, J4, anything like that, Assassin Z, Zhonya's is going to be a go-to defense item against that. If they have mages that can like outrange you and annoy you, like I don't know, Syndra, these sort of champs, or like AP assassins, Banshees is very good versus them. Diana even, but I'd say versus Diana, Zhonya's is probably going to be better just so you can Zhonya's her combo, but things like Evelyn, Banshees is really good. Sometimes you just go these two, and then you'll even go something like Medjay's, but I didn't put it here because Medjay's is quite risky on this champ unless you have like a Leona or something to protect you and play around. So you can go Medjay's. You can go Heal Card, but really try to avoid it. Try to let someone else go it so you can buy your Death Cap and Void Staff combo ASAP. Because 800 gold will delay that. But if you have to, you can go Oblivion Orb. And then there's Cosmic Drive. I wouldn't really go for this. unless one of these items like isn't going to be giving you value. But usually you have Deathcap Void with these two items, boots, and then one of these. But if you have nothing to do, or no need for Zhonya's or Banshees, Cosmic Drive is going to be a really OP item on Taliyah. It just lets you space glide around really, and it feels really good. Alright, let's move on to combos and mechanics. Alright, let's discuss pathing with Taliyah. So we're always going to be full clearing on Taliyah. We're a very weak early game champion. We need our items to be useful, and then we get to our items by farming up and getting free kills between our timers on farming. That's how we're going to carry games, by being super fed. And early ganks are pretty low threat from our champion because our CC is quite unreliable unless we have CC to help us. And we don't actually have a lot of damage until we get our first item. So usually want to be farming up, getting your first item. So you usually want to path to your priority or your setup. And if you don't know how to path in a certain game, you can just always rely on pathing bot as you're trying to figure it out and learn. But I generally try to play around your CCM priority, and you're always just going to be full clearing and keeping it simple with Taliyah. You're a tempo jungler, you get faster and faster on every single clear as you get more items in AP, Faded Ashes, Super AP, and then using your free time to get kills. And as you can see in this game here, I'm going to show you what happens as I full clear. And then there, it looks like a free kill bot maybe, but it doesn't really look like it. But we get one kill on the Braum here. And we farm our crab after this, and then we just base. And the most important thing with Taliyah, so important, I just can't emphasize it enough. You need to be in your first camp on spawn. So see how I instantly base after crab, and then I'm able to be on my Krugs as they spawn. So this is like perfect timing. If you arrive at this timer, you're playing perfectly in terms of tempo. But if you're late to it, then you're going to be feeling bad that game because you're not maximizing your gold income through camps. And if you're there early, then that means you have a timer to look for a gank on the side you're on. So right there, maybe the top gank. If I was there like 20 seconds early, that means you have a free timer to gank. Or it means you didn't use your time before basing enough. So maybe I should have went for a bot gank if I'm late, too early to my Krugs. But if I'm late, then you always need to be assessing why I'm late in the review. Am I late because I wasted time, or did I get something out that's worthwhile sacrificing my tempo for? This is a very important concept to think about with pathing on Taliyah, but this will usually be your basic blueprint for understanding how you want to path with Taliyah. Alright, let's look at how to gank and how to team fight on Taliyah. So this first gank here, I've already ganked before to burn his flash. And so right here, this is how not to gank, basically. So when you gank, you always want to start with EQ unless they're CC'd. So right here, I can just glide upon the wall here. Glide, glide, glide. I come up on the wall. I just walk up, EQ him, slow him. I can hit a stun or whatever, Q onto him. And then once my E is about to run out, or he's about to walk out of my E, then I can throw my W. So this is a very bad example of how to gank. But this is kind of showing you how to know what not to do it, but also reviewing it and how to play it better. But fortunately, the kill still works because previously I burnt this Victor's flash, so he's a very high threat to walk up in the lane. So pretty much he can't really survive this gank. But it's a misexecuted gank, but it still works because the principle's there in like why it's going to be a successful gank. He has no flash, he's forced to walk up, and we have ways to get onto him. Alright, let's look at this beautiful example here of a counter gank. So we've just based and bought our items. We're very strong now. All of our camps are down on the map, so we're going to be looking for a proactive play. And I noticed my bot lane are playing very aggressively mid here. And I see them go, so I just instantly pull the trigger, and I'm able to hop off the wall and just kill them. Like, it's just a perfect tool to counter gank Taliyah's ult, and it's just beautiful. So the way I played it's pretty simple. It's how I explained in the combos and mechanics guide. You basically just you ult in and then you jump off at semi close range, but you can also do max range depending on the situation. And then I'm just EQing and then Wing after I'm able to guarantee that I land it. So that was a very good example yet again. Alright, so right here, here's an example that I really wanted to emphasize on how to play Taliyah in team fights. This is probably the most important Taliyah clip you'll ever watch in terms of how to team fight in a guide. So Notice how I missed my combo. That's whatever, yeah? So now it's all up to playing at my max range to keep safe and wait for my next combo. You're not going to hit every combo. That's just League. And obviously I could wait for CC, but notice how far away I am from them. I'm just keeping my max range. Look, this guy's like, what's going on? I can't go on this guy. It's probably his first time seeing a Taliyah play max range against him. He doesn't know what's going on. So as you can see, I'm just playing max range, just giving them complete, like, they have no idea what's going on. They can't touch me. I'm untouchable. This Tom's trying to go on me. I noticed that, so I instantly moved my character because I was trying to keep max range of his ability. And as you can see, I pretty much won the fight by killing everyone by playing max range. Everyone's low health, and now I can just ult in and finish this guy off. No one can touch me, I'm still playing max range. This is just a perfect front-to-back team fight, playing max range, not giving the enemy any threat ability on me, and just beautiful gameplay, and just how you want to play Taliyah. So just always keep in mind your max range. This is the most important thing. It's the most important fundamental on how to play Taliyah, especially in team fights. But you always want to be maximizing it when you play Taliyah. Alright, let's look at an example of how to sort of disengage from a fight. And so basically they go in. I E to stop Braum from being able to cast his abilities if he dashes to the Wukong there. And we sort of just kill them. But this is just like a small example of how to disengage. You're just Eing and just running back. It's just really simple. EQ, run back. And I missed the W, that's whatever, but I'm just so fed at the point where it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's look at another really good team fight example. So I jump in, I'm 1v1 with him, I'm much stronger than the Wukong, so I'm not too scared. But now I'm like, okay, it's 5v5, I need to be really careful with my positioning. So I'm just playing max range, keeping out of range of the carries down here, where Irelia is. And I'm just hitting front. It's okay to just kill the tank. You're really good at dealing with them. Look how low my CDs are, my items are perfect, and we just kill them. But at this point in the game, we're so fed, but just gets you in the idea of, or the mindset of how to play Taliyah in team fights right there. Alright guys, that pretty much concludes the Taliyah guide for now. I'll have a super in-depth one coming in the future. I'm going to Korea very soon, so I'll be uploading a lot more, trying to do higher quality vids than I am now. But for now, I'm just like sort of trying to get out as much information as I can in the little time I have right now. And if you would like to get coached by me, drop over to sansbarrel.gg, get some coaching, and I'll see you there. Otherwise, that's it for me today. Peace, peace, peace.